Hello, classmates. My name is Shanique, and today I am going to be talking about a educational tool that is definitely helpful in the classrooms for any educators. I'm going to be talking about Storybird, which we have up here in our search bar. Storybird is a great tool for educators to help bring their students' stories to life. It pretty much can create visual stories in a matter of seconds. There's different artwork or images that are collected from around the world that students can incorporate into their storybooks. And so it's completely free, and it can definitely be implemented into the classrooms. So the very first thing that you definitely want to do is go onto Storybird, and we're there. So we're going to just kind of go to the official site here. So initially, if you've never been on Storybird, you do have to create yourself a username. And since I've already created myself a username, every time I go to Storybird, the web page, it automatically logs me in. So, but when you initially are on the web page, you are going to see something over here that's going to be like create an account. And so it is going to send you a confirmation link, let you know that your account has been set up. So you have to create a username and also a password, and then it's going to send you a link, a confirmation link through your email, and you confirm it, and you're ready to bring those stories to life. So once you are on the web page, the first thing you want to do is go to create. And so here is all or some of the artwork that Storybird has to offer. There's tons and tons of pictures and illustrations and animations to help inspire the writer within your students. So if you kind of click the arrow, it's going to give you some more pictures, some more illustrations. If you already kind of have a general idea of what type of pictures that you want, you can go up here to this search bar. Oops, let's go back. You can go up here to this search bar right here and type in anything that, if you already have an idea in mind of what you want to write about, or if you want to see collections of pictures of a certain thing, you can kind of put that in the search bar. So what we're going to do is just kind of do cats and see what comes up. So all of these different pictures and illustrations of cats from some very talented artists around the world kind of pops up. And you can just kind of look through and see which one kind of captures your eyes and see which pictures you want to incorporate into your story. So how about we click on, let's just click on one just for, the sake of this tutorial. So let's click on this one right here. And so what's going to happen is going to come up, if this is something that you want to use, you're going to click on use this art. And then there's a Dropbox menu that's going to happen. If you want to do a long form book, which is a multi-chapter book, you can choose that. A picture book, you can choose this option, or either a poem. It'll give you a single image, and you can either choose that one as well. So what we're going to do is just choose picture book. So we're going to click on that. And it takes it a minute to kind of get set up. So what essentially happens, some pictures that corresponds to the image that you originally came up with pop up. So all these different pictures or illustrations about cats will come up. So right in this section right here, this is where you will drag your picture to. So you kind of click on a picture, drag it, and it's just that easy. Kind of click on the picture and drag it, like so. Kind of click on the picture and kind of drag it. And then along this box right here in the white space, you will begin to type your story. So we're going to do this. We're just going to kind of just start typing something. Okay, so we kind of got our story kind of going there. Something really simple really basic. And so what you can essentially do is just, once you're done typing and you have the picture that you want, you can go over here and click save. And then if you want to, definitely add some more pages to your story, you're going to go over here to this plus sign, and it's going to give you a blank page. And then you can, again, choose any picture that you kind of want to drag over here. Kind of bring it over here. Choose any picture that you want to have. And then start typing here. And continue your story. Okay, like so, and then you're going to save it, and then it's pretty much going to be so on and so forth. And so you can kind of scroll over here. There's 2 sets of pictures on each side of the page. And you can just pretty much choose whatever picture that you want on the page along with the writing. The students can write whatever they want to bring their picture to life. And then you can actually even go to change different pages. Like if you want to go back to page 1, just use these arrows. If you want to go forwards or backwards in your story. And then once you're done with incorporating pictures on your page and also your story, you can go over here and do save and exit. But before we do that, you do have the option of putting a cover on your book. So you can choose any style that you want. You can do classic, landscape, journal, or iconic. So let's do classic here, which is kind of what we already have here. And you can kind of customize your cover. You can change the colors up, the background color. It kind of gives you these options. So when you initially log in as a free subscriber, your options are limited, but you can create and upgrade your account per se, and it'll give you more editing tools. But if you're just kind of looking for something simple and free for your kiddos to bring their writings to life, Storybird is definitely a good option for them. And so we're going to just kind of add a title to our cover page, but let's just change the page here, our picture here. Let's click on this, and you can kind of see how our pictures kind of change. And if we just want to put a title on the cover, good. And when I initially did my story, I definitely don't want to use my username, so I'm gonna just kind of just use my first name, and it won't take a last name. So let's see what happens. So it says no last names, use a first name, pen name, or nickname. So it doesn't encourage you using any last names. You can use either the first name, pig name, or nickname, anything that you want to come up with. You can kind of put that on the front of your cover. I just kind of put my first name there along with the title and the picture that I want on my cover. And then what else I'm going to do, once you're finished with your story and your visual art, you want to go over here and do save and exit. And then you can add or review your story details. You can come over here if you just kind of want the story to just only be visible to you. And if you want to come back to it later, you can just do my story isn't finished just yet. Like if you need to take a break in your story, you can kind of push that option. If you are finished with your story and you're happy with it, along with the artwork, you can kind of here push privately. I'm finished, publish my story. And so let's come down here. You can add a summary to it. This will appear with your story. So we can kind of put a book about cats. So, and we all know how a lot of books definitely have summaries of what the book entails, either on the back of the book or on the inside of the cover. So you definitely have that option of adding a summary to your book. And then we're going to go over here and do publish. And voila, your book comes up. The artist of the book would also come up. And so if you definitely like the artist work, you can go to their page and subscribe to them, trying to kind of show them some love and support. If that's definitely something that you wanted to do, if you were really feeling their artwork or, their illustrations, you can go and see more items that they have created. And you can subscribe to maybe like their YouTube channel or, whatever social media that they have going on to broadcast or showcase their artwork. And so our summary is here. It also gives you the number of pages that are in your book, the date that you publish it, that it's a picture book, and then you have the option of either ordering a copy of any of your students' books that they created. You can order a copy of that. You can also download it as well. And the one thing that I do like about Storybird, that the more chances that your kids get on it to practice their writing, their vocabulary, they can earn badges or rewards for their for all the work that they do on Storybird. And so it's definitely a good tool to have on incorporated into your classroom. It's definitely a good tool to help with the language arts. And, for those kiddos who don't like to write, this is kind of, an incentive to entice them, to get them interested in writing, because they can incorporate or get inspired by the different pictures that are on Storybird. It can kind of get their creative juices flowing, per se. And so once you do that, you pretty much are done. You do have the option of sharing your story. If you're an educator, you can kind of create yourself a class code. The courses, if you go up here, you can kind of create the different courses for your students. I believe that is additional fee if that was something that you were interested in doing. You also can go up here and read any books that have been published, any poetry, any stories, or any blogs your students can practice their reading on. And there's so many different categories that they can choose from in different age groups. So Storybird is not only a collection of artwork, it's also kind of like an online library too. So I would definitely recommend this to be incorporated into your classroom. And yeah, just a kind of a different way to improve your students' writing and enhance learning for them. So this has been a short tutorial on how to use Storybird, and I definitely recommend it. It's free, it's simple. Students' writings can be brought to life in a matter of seconds. And so yeah, that is just another option for educators to kind of implement into their classrooms. So thank you. Bye.